Good morning, and it's a beautiful morning out here in Quartzsite, Arizona. And I'd like to do something a little bit special today. I wanted to do this particular tour. It's not a van tour, it's more of a car SUV tour. And I specifically wanted to do this for my Facebook followers and anyone out there that thinks that you just can't get in your car and go. I met a grandmother yesterday, and I'd like to introduce her to you and do a tour of her car.
Hi, I'm Darlene,
Hi, Darlene.
and this is my Gramper.
Gramper!
This is my Gramper.
Okay, now why are you calling it a Gramper?
My kids and my grandkids named it that, and it stuck.
How many grandkids do you have?
Just two little boys.
Okay.
They're 4 and 6.
Okay.
And yeah, they call it I wanted a Glamper, but they called it my Gramper, so I kind of like that too.
And are you full-time or part-time?
I am very, very part-time. This is only my third or fourth night.
Okay, and how often do you think that you're going to travel?
My main goal is to get out of Phoenix this summer when it's so hot. I live in Phoenix, and head north and higher and cooler and into the forest. So I'll probably take some weekend trips between now and then I may travel for about a month this summer. We'll see how it goes.
Great, that sounds wonderful. And is this your vehicle of choice? Is it a family car? What is it?
This is a 1998 Toyota 4Runner, and I've had it since it was brand new. So for 24 years it's been part of my family.
Okay.
And it has kind of I have an emotional connection to it, and so I just went with it. I wanted to make this work for me and see how I liked this lifestyle, and so far it's working out fine. It's very, very tiny, so I have only what I absolutely need, and I like that. I want an experience, and the experience that I want is to get into nature and to be quiet and to be simple and be undistracted. So I just kept it very simple. I had kind of 5 or 6 pillars that I followed, and the first one was simplicity. Efficiency was another one. Safety, comfort, technology, and charm. For me, the aesthetics was very important.
Mm-hmm.
So I love my little nest, and
you were telling me yesterday that you did a lot of thrifting.
I did. I kind of didn't want just a bunch of plastic totes. I wanted something a little more charming than that, and I found little odds and ends and incorporated them.
All right.
Into my very non-build build.
Okay, so anybody could do this.
Anybody could do this.
And I love your setup. It is very simple. It is so efficient. And I love the way that you have your bed set up, especially because you can just open your hatch and look out.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I can sit there and listen to an audiobook and get my binoculars out and look at whatever's behind me. I try to park where I have something kind of pretty.
Yeah, so we're gonna go in.
Okay.
And she's gonna show us what she has here.
Well, the outside is very important
Okay.
because there's not much room inside.
All right.
So I just have a little area here where I can cook
Okay.
and sit. And down here is a box where I keep my few little kitchen pieces. I basically just have one pan and my kettle.
Okay.
My little 1-burner stove carry 5 gallons of water, and this is a little USB rechargeable pump, and this is my sink. So the water just...
I thought that was a singing bowl when I first saw it. It really looks like a singing bowl.
I mean, I don't have a gray water or anything. I just, you know, toss it out when I'm done with it. This little thrifted bread box is where I keep my small kitchen stuff, my, you know, forks and knives and spatulas and dish towels and pot holders and things, coffee. This rack has some soap and some peroxide solution for washing dishes, some coffee and paper towels.
And how do you have that hung?
There, I just bent a couple of L brackets and tucked them in here. Nothing in here is permanent. It's held together basically with bungee cords and zip ties.
L brackets, bent L brackets. That's a great idea. And you secured it a little bit more with those bolts.
That's what holds the L brackets to this.
Okay.
There's a hole, you know, there are like screw holes here if you were going to hang it to a wall.
Okay.
And it happens to just perfectly fit a roll of paper towels there.
Yeah.
Then this rod over here, I'm going to climb in there.
Sure. Let's see you in your element here.
This rod is a tree stake from the garden center.
Okay.
And I just put some S-hooks on here so I could hang things.
And you have that secured with your
zip ties are holding
over
it to
there.
the two.
Right, your handle that comes in your car.
Handles. There's one here and there's one in the front, so that holds it pretty well. And then I have another L bracket tucked in here to hold the end.
Okay, that's a great idea with those L brackets.
This is my potty bucket.
That's a great size.
It's a 2-gallon, and it has a gamma lid on the top.
Okay.
And
where was that purchased? Do you remember?
Depot. I think I had to order the gamma lid for it because
you ordered the lid.
It was pretty hard to find one for a 2-gallon bucket.
Okay.
They're easy to find for a 5-gallon bucket, but it I think you can get the whole thing on Amazon with the lid.
Okay.
But I already had the bucket.
Right.
And then I have a small little power station under here that's just 200 watt hours. And that's where I plug in my fan and also my fairy lights. Oops, I guess I put that up. So I have my little fairy lights all around here. And that's enough for that. That will last several days like that without recharging. And when I drive, it's recharging because I have a 12 volt here.
Okay. Now, are you able in this particular vehicle to keep that in?
Yes.
While you're driving?
It will only charge while the car is on.
And it doesn't drain your battery at all?
Anything in between, no.
Okay. Good.
There's a tiny little cubby hole here that's part of the car, and I just keep some like a jump starter in there and some cover material for my potty in case I need that.
Okay.
And then in here is just bathroom things.
Okay.
Inside my little pillows I have blankets folded up.
Okay.
One of the tips I learned on YouTube. My clothes are all in this duffel. My toiletries are in this backpack. Another pillow over here with blankets.
Yeah.
Got a battery operated lantern here. And a speaker so I can sit here and listen to my audio book.
Nice.
Now in the...
Wait, just 1 second here before we go on. Check out this bed situation.
Yeah.
She's sitting here and she has full view of her surroundings here. Isn't that great? I love this.
It's very cozy and comfortable.
Yeah, and this is just a trifold mattress basically on your floor. And are your seats foldable or stowable?
The seat is folded down. The seats are still in here because when I go home, the seats are going to come back up and the car seats are going to go back in for the grandkids.
So this isn't completely flat, right?
No, it's
a little bump in the middle there.
Not much though.
Okay.
Not enough really for me to notice through my mattress at all.
Okay. So your mattress on the top and that's comfortable for you.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you just fold it all the way out?
A little bit of an incline, I think, but that doesn't bother me either. I'm fine. I'm perfectly comfortable in here the way it is.
This is perfect.
It's tiny. I won't deny
So
that.
people that can just put their seats down without even taking them out or anything like that, it's totally doable in a small car like this.
I think so. I mean,
Just as long as your seats can fold down forward. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a fairly flat surface, I would think.
And a lot
should be
of
doable.
vehicles are like that.
So I'll get out and come around and show
Yeah,
you what's
we're going to
behind
show you
the-
some more goodies that she has.
So if I want to get to my food, my sleeping bag is here. Then I have a dry box here that has food in it.
Okay.
My power station is here. And my cooler is there.
Okay. And this is your seat that's folded down.
That's the seat that's folded down.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's about it.
And what size mattress do you have?
It's like a cot size. It's not a twin. I think it's 24 inches, 25. It's 25.
25, and it's a trifold. So this is a double right here,
Right.
and this is single here. So you
There's
can
just
see
a cover
the
over it to
thickness.
kind of hold it together
That's a great idea.
and to keep it clean during the day.
And is that like a 3-inch?
It's a 4-inch.
A 4-inch. Okay.
4-inch memory foam, and I find it to be very comfortable. Perfectly fine.
Yeah. And do you use the front seat at all?
The only thing I have in the front seat are things I don't need very often. Well, I do have, this is my closet basically.
Okay.
I hang jackets here because the rod continues up to this point.
Okay.
So I hang jackets here, and then these are just a couple of boxes of, this is tools and things that I really don't need very often. There's a tarp here in case I want to put a canopy up. And then this box has the shower curtains that I use on the back if I want to make myself a little dressing room or shower area back there.
Okay.
And other,
How are you attaching that?
I have these little awesome magnets.
That's a
that are
great
hooked,
idea.
and they're very strong.
Yeah.
So they hold that curtain up just fine.
That's a great tip.
And I bought 2 packs. I think they were a dozen in each pack. So
Right.
a bunch of them.
And how did you? Are these just S hooks or?
Just S hooks.
Yeah.
They just come off, and I can move them or hang them wherever I want. Add more, take them down.
Right. Well, you've got this thing figured out. And
Well,
you've only been on the road 2 days?
This was last night was my 3rd night.
3rd night. Okay.
And, so I definitely don't have it all figured out yet. I already, can see things that I might want to tweak a little bit. But all in all, I'm very happy with it.
And how long did it take you to get on the road?
Well, I started watching YouTube a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And kind of thinking about it. And the first time that I went was a couple of years ago, and I went to a campground, and I had a cot in the back because I thought I needed storage underneath. So, and the cot worked fine, but only for sleeping because I couldn't sit on it.
Okay.
I didn't have enough headroom.
Yeah.
And so that didn't last at all. That one night, I knew I didn't want that. So I got rid of the cot and decided to go to the floor. And then for the last couple of years, with everything that's been going on, I just have been holding off. And I just decided it was time to get out there and do it.
Yeah.
And stop thinking about it. So I spent the last couple of months sitting in the back of my 4Runner in my garage.
There you go.
And figuring it out, and adding things and taking things away and deciding what I needed and what I really didn't need and what worked and what didn't work, and it was time to put it into practice, and that's what I'm doing.
Right. We actually have a challenge going on in my Facebook community right now, and I'm challenging my ladies there to take the things that they want to take on a trip, put it in one room, and live in there. Do everything in that one room. We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to downsize a little bit more. And we're going to measure out their vehicle.
Right.
Let them put tape on the carpeting or flooring and live in that amount of space. See how that goes. By the time they get out, they should be pros.
Yeah. It's a lot smaller than it seems when you actually, you know, close up the doors at night.
Yep.
It's tiny, and the thing that I kind of like about it is that it forces me to be very mindful. Every movement, you know, you really kind of have to think about, okay, I'm going to move this over here, and then I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to pivot myself this way, and you can.
And how many times do you want to do that? Let me see how I can do it more efficiently.
Exactly.
Where can I put this to where it's more efficiently?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, so far it's working out.
I was telling another lady last night, I had this, well, I still have it, this tea kettle. And that was like my go-to every morning, you know, for coffee or hot chocolate or whatever I was having. That was my go-to. I didn't want to get my stove out and the pot and all that. You know what? I have not used it once yet on this trip. It's because the way that my van is now, it's easier to get to my stove.
I found the same thing. The first day is like, oh, do I really want to get that table out? Can I do without it? And then I just said, no, you've got the table, use the table. And then once I had put it up, I realized that wasn't such a big deal. It's just.
But you have to be in it. You have to see what works for you, and then you have to be willing to change, and you have to be willing to throw things out along the way.
Yeah, there were lots of things that I really wanted to have for whatever reason, and they just didn't make the cut because it just was. I don't want it to be crowded. I mean, it's already crowded, but
right.
I just don't want too much stuff in there.
Yeah, and another thing for somebody that will be going out more long term, different seasons, go with what you have. Maybe bring your jacket. You know, and there are stores everywhere.
Right. Exactly.
Buy what you need on the road and you'll have something new.
Yeah, I mean, my situation is different than some people because I don't
Right.
plan to live in here. I only go out on short trips. And if I'm going to go on a longer trip, I'm considering adding a roof box.
Okay.
Because I might want to put a screen tent or something in there. So that's a possibility. That would give me a lot more space. But for right now, I have enough.
Yeah. So you've met a grandma and she travels and she goes back home and spends time with her grandkids. I think it's wonderful. She's enjoying the lifestyle.
So far, yeah, I am.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.